Thank you for downloading this in-ear entertainment podcast. You're listening to Shakespeare's Sonnets. Sonnet 59. If there be nothing new, but that which is hath been before, how are our brains beguil'd, which labouring for invention bear amiss the second burthen of a former child? Oh, that record could, with a backward look, even of 500 courses of the sun, show me your image in some antique book, since mind at first in character was done, that I might see what the old world could say to this composed wonder of your frame. Whether we are mended, or where better they, or whether revolution be the same, oh, sure I am the wits of former days to subjects worse have given admiring praise. That was Sonnet 59 of William Shakespeare's Sonnets, and you are listening to Shakespeare's Sonnets, and I am Mark Chatterley, and I am joined, as always, by the very youthful-looking...
Thierry Hillis. Youthful.
You do look quite youthful today. I don't know what it is. You look gleeful and childlike.
I think it's the shower. I had my weekly shower.
Excellent. You've washed off the grime of the old town, and now you're looking young again. You've shed your skin.
Exactly.
That's a horrid image now. Oh dear. Sonnet 59. What do you think of Sonnet 59?
It's not my favourite out of the ones that we were going to record today.
No, it's a bit... the premise of it seems to be, and I might be wrong, is that everything's come before, and that everything happens again and again. Even the beauty of the fair youth happens again and again and again. Is that what you're seeing, or
I thought more that all the beauties that have come before, they don't really come close to the fair youth.
Okay.
As much as they might have cherished it, it just was it.
You're looking for something to back that up, aren't you? There must be a line.
No, where's the line? To that I might see that the old world could say to this composed wonder of your frame. Which I thought is... I read that as the people who came before might have seen beauty.
Okay, interesting. See, I didn't read it like that. I read it as in... show me your image in some antique book, since mind at first in character was done, that I might see what the old world could say to this composed wonder of your frame. So I was kind of seeing that as if he opens a book from the past and kind of goes, it's you, see, it's you, your beauty is eternal, because it stretches through time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But interestingly, the sonnet does start with if there be nothing new, which could be read in two ways. You could read that as if it's true that there's nothing new, or we know that there are new things, but I'm going on a sort of thought experiment of if there was nothing new. So it could be read in both ways, and it leaves the sonnet open to a bit of ambiguity about whether Shakespeare is saying there is nothing new, or whether he's saying there are always new things. Lots of silence.
Yeah, no, I'm just... This is confusing now.
It's quite a complex one. I think, again, in this, because the language is very bizarre for modern English. The way it's written is quite strange, and that doesn't help when you're trying to decipher meaning. There's just lots of silence in this.
It's too early.
It's too early. It's 2:30 in the afternoon.
That is very early.
You live a disgusting life. A life of leisure, don't you?
I have been up for a few hours.
It's ridiculous. I've been up since some time I can't remember. It's not right. Yes. I'm trying to slowly break it apart bit by bit. If there be nothing new, but that which is hath been before. So if there's nothing new and everything that comes about is what's been before, how are our brains beguiled? Beguiled being confused, I guess. And
it might be blasphemous to say that in Shakespeare's time, though. So
yeah, that makes sense. How are our brains beguiled? Which labouring for invention bear amiss the second burthen of a former child. So yeah, it's reincarnation. The second burthen of a former child is the second birth of someone who came before.
I wonder if that's just if it might be religion.
Possibly.
Second burthen of a former child. It might be blasphemous to say that in Shakespeare's time, though. So
true, and also Shakespeare was kind of he had a bit of an obsession with twins as well, especially identical twins. They crop up in his plays.
Yeah.
A lot. And the second burthen of a former child could be seen as the second twin being born. And I know he had twins. Two of his kids were twins, and he lost one of them when they were 9 or something like that. So that's why you get a lot of, in his plays, the reunion of twins that have been separated. And I think that was him kind of wishing he could do that for his kid.
Well, that and they wouldn't have understood twins at the time. That would
they wouldn't have understood what caused them.
Yeah,
I guess.
It would have just been something very, very awkward to have two humans exactly the same.
Yeah, slightly weird and bizarre and mystical, I guess.
Yeah.
Although I don't think his were identical twins. I think it was a boy and a girl, Shakespeare's kids. Although I may be wrong there.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Calling on very old knowledge in my head. But I do like the the record could, with a backward look, even of 500 courses of the sun. I quite like 500 courses of the sun as a way. We don't say things with that kind of dramatic language anymore. I shall see you after one course of the sun instead of I'll see you tomorrow. It just sounds so much nicer.
I'm not sure if people would have said that in Shakespeare's time.
No,
I mean, we
probably
have
not.
Probably things in poetry and plays and movies today that people would never say in real life.
That's not true. We always say what's in the movies and in real life. You say cool enough.
Yeah, but that's like the word meh from The Simpsons.
They do, and they find their way into our language. So maybe we should start that. We should start a movement and refer to a day as a course of the sun. And I presume that is a day.
And the what was the other thing we had? The masturbating one.
to have traffic with myself. That's awesome. I use that quite a lot now. Well, quite a lot in the sense of whenever that topic comes up, which it doesn't often, to be fair.
I shall just go on GayTube and have traffic with my own self.
Does GayTube exist?
Fare thee well.
I am typing that in now because I have no idea. Loading.
What,
it
you're looking
does
up...
exist. Okay, it does. There are now
fairly
images.
Safe guess that something like GayTube would exist.
See, but it doesn't. It's not as obvious as like BoobTube, which is at least a vague play on YouTube.
Yeah, but then you have what's the other one called? YouPorn.
This is like an education for me now.
There's a lot of boobs on these sites. Just don't go there, Mark.
No, it will scare me, and you'll find me cowering in a corner, just going, "They're everywhere. Why are they everywhere?" Not good. Oh dear. Back to Sonnet 59. Sorry for that brief interlude. Yes. So it's the meaning is ambiguous. Not ambiguous. That would be a wrong way to say that. Ambiguous about whether it is the youth existing throughout time or the beauty existing throughout time, and just being kind of passed on, or whether it's not that and something else. We did have in the very early sonnets talking about how he needs to have his beauty live on by having children. So that would kind of reinforce the idea that the beauty is something that gets passed on generation to generation.
True.
So in that sense, I could see the reading of this being, your beauty is eternal. and I shall. I don't know. I don't understand the point further than that, though. In this, it's your beauty is eternal. So what is where my brain is with this. Whether we are mended,
it doesn't really.
Yeah. So, sure, I am the wits of former days. To subjects worse have given admiring praise. It's just kind of seems to be. Whereas all the other sonnets have a kind of a, this is my point and this is what I'm trying to say. This one just kind of has a point and that's it. There's no witty twist on the last two lines that says, you are. Time is going to come and kill you, but therefore have kids and your beauty will live on. Or you are eventually going to die, but don't worry, you shall live forever in my verse. Whereas this one is just kind of, your beauty is eternal. And then there's no second bit to it, so it's quite a bizarre sonnet in my head.
Actually, the couplet sort of solves it, though.
Okay.
Oh, sure, I am the wits of former days. To subject worse have given admiring praise. Which is sort of saying, oh, people before...
In the olden days have admired beauty in the same way as I admire you now.
Okay.
But they were worse. So they didn't live up to the beauty that you have.
That's true, yes. So of all the beauties throughout all the ages, the fair youth is the beauteous.
It's the yeah.
Beauteous.
He's the pinnacle of.
If there was a Mr. Beauty contest throughout time, he would win. He'd get the sash, and he'd make the speech that goes on YouTube that everyone takes the piss out of.
I want peace in the South something.
Yes, exactly. I disagree with that because
and marshmallows for everyone.
Yay! Oh, bless them. Bless their little cotton socks and their little pea brains. And they're really weird. Those beauty... Sorry, I'm going on a rant now. Those beauty contests are really weird because they're not, from what I can tell, the American ones, no one looks good in it. It's all big yellow hair puffed up and a scary, creepy, I've just killed your parents smile. And a vacuous accent and brain. Why is that a beautiful image?
I don't really... I mean, the only time I ever see anyone from those contests is if someone put something stupid on YouTube that they said and it gets sent around. I never really... I have no interest in that sort of thing. And
it's not a date in your yearly calendar. In your course of the sun, you don't go, oh, I should watch... It's May, therefore I should watch Miss UK or Miss US or whatever they're called. It'd be more fun if there was a Mrs. USA. So it was all sort of older women who were married and probably had a couple of kids. That'd be more interesting.
Yeah, but that doesn't work with the old men perving over young teenage girls, though, which is the whole point of this. We do have Mr. Universe and Mr. Whatever.
But that's just equally as creepy. That's men who eat protein powder and whey shakes and just weight train all day long. I don't see how that is any sort of representation of modern man.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. I have no idea who they are.
True.
I think some sort of teen
that's
boy
worrying.
band. Sounds like that.
America, stop voting for people who are on
I think
TV.
It's a they. All the tweets at JLS have split up. I
don't know who that is. Who?
I don't. Well,
okay. Thank you for that. I no idea. And someone called JLS has split up, I hear.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. I have no idea who they are. I think just some sort of teen boy band. Sounds like that.
It is a they. It's not a person.
I think it's a they.
Like Jay-Z.
All the tweets at JLS have split up.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense then.
I'll Google it now. We shall educate our listeners
to who
about
JLS
British
is.
Pop culture if they are British. It's probably some sort of X Factor, Britain's Got Talent bullshit.
Probably.
Yeah, boy band JLS splitting up after final tour.
Oh, I'm sad about that. I really am.
Apparently JLS stands for Jack the Lad Swing.
Jack the Lad Swing.
Yeah.
That last word doesn't really go with the first two.
Well,
That might as well just be Jacob's long sleeves. Which actually does make kind of sense. It's very hard to make 3 words that don't make sense and pick them out at random.
They didn't even win any talent show. They were runners-up in X Factor.
Oh wow, that's even better. That's our British pop culture. We go for the runners-up. Oh dearie me. We should talk about the sonnet a bit more, I suppose, rather than JLS. Shakespeare wouldn't have liked JLS, I imagine.
Maybe his beauty looked like one of them.
Maybe. A metrosexual fair youth. I don't get the impression the fair youth is a metrosexual in terms of looks after his hair and stuff like that.
I'm not sure if that even existed in the 1600s.
No.
Someone who, I mean, they didn't exactly have beauty products lying around.
That would be amazing. And here you take the mud from here. This is wholly organic. What does that mean? I don't know.
You go into a shop called Lush and they smear mud on your hand.
Yeah, then this is our soap. You see, it's very good at getting the mud off. Well, where have you got the soap from? Well, it's just kind of rendered animal fat. But
it's all natural.
It's all natural. We get it from the pigs down the road. Everything's locally sourced. What do you mean? Doesn't it have to be? Yes, but it is.
Oh dear.
It would be good. So yeah, actually, that must prove that locally sourced organic food is no better for you than any other type, because that's all they had to eat in Shakespeare's time, and they were dropping down dead all the time.
I don't think that was a problem with locally sourced food.
But it's not as. I don't think it's as good for you as people make out. Not that locally sourced.
I think the problem in their time was more the lack of hygiene. And just no medication, no
sanitation. Yeah. See, all of this time traveling on Doctor Who, you don't get that impression, do you? You don't
even if it goes back to Dickens's time or Shakespeare's time, it's always very... Yeah.
Yeah, I think they had someone in in the Shakespeare episode, they had someone throwing a bucket of wee out of a window, but that was about it. And it's like, no one's mentioning the fact that, and look, they've all got teeth. And yeah, bit weird. Very strange. There should be more accurate time travel things on TV. I was about to say documentaries. Doctor Who's not a documentary.
It is.
Remember that. It's real. It must be real. Oh, bless you.
I have seen the blue box in London. It is real.
What is the blue box in London?
There is an actual police phone box outside of Earl's Court Station. If you walk out of Earl's Court Station, the first thing you see is the blue box.
And is it meant to be like a tribute to Doctor Who?
I'm not sure. It's just there.
Okay.
I have no idea. It just didn't they used to exist in the UK? It might just
they did,
it might
but
just
they weren't
be
phone
one that
boxes. They weren't phone boxes. What people think they were. The phone was actually on the outside.
Well, yeah, you can't walk in. It's still the.
Yeah, but you could walk in. What it was is all policemen would have a key for it, and it would allow them to lock someone up. It was like a temporary jail until the police car came along, and there was only like one police car per precinct, and then you would bundle the person you'd arrested from that box into the car and take him away. So, yeah, it was like a little jail cell, is what it was, I guess.
Yeah, it's quite big on the inside, apparently, so it's fine.
The swimming pool and stuff like that. So, yeah. Yes, Sonnet 59. Sonnet 59. We're so bad at these sonnets, which are quite hard. We're quite bad at picking them apart.
We've solved it. The last the couplet at the end sort of gives it away. He's almost taking the piss a bit. Oh, sure, I am the wits of former days. It's almost saying like, oh, you knew nothing in those previous 500 courses of the sun. You had no idea what beauty actually is.
So it's Shakespeare bragging, is you thought you knew beauty, but I really know beauty. It's this young lad here.
Pretty much.
Okay. Awesome. I'm glad we sorted that out. Would you like to read it? And
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. Okay, will you read it?
Apparently, that is the deal that we have made.
It is, yes. I read them at the beginning, and then you read them at the end. That's the deal.
I re-listened to the was it Sonnet 51 that you posted? Well, what would have been 2 days ago, as we are recording this now, and I just
like 3 minutes until I actually start reading the sonnet. It's horrible.
Of you just laughing. You were laughing though. You were happy. That's why I didn't cut it out, because you were happy with what.
Yeah, I quite like that you left it in.
Yeah. I don't edit any of my stuff at the beginning. Never. Okay, I never edit it. I just sometimes chop off a few of the bad ones.
Yeah, but then sometimes you stumble quite hard, or I stumble quite hard, and it just wouldn't sound nice.
Exactly that. So off you go. Sonnet 59, please. Oh no, I've made him laugh. This isn't going to go well, is it?
That's just way too much like a teacher from the 1950s. Just like, all you needed was just like a wooden ruler just standing there.
A wooden slide rule tapping against the table. Of course, if you get it wrong, it does mean you get a thrashing.
So it's a good thing you are in a different country.
Yeah, it is. Because you'd punch me.
I wouldn't punch you.
No.
It would just be a bitch slap fight. Just
I know how to punch properly. Don't label me with your useful.
I'm labeling myself as well.
Read the sonnet. Read the sonnet.
Sonnet 59. If there be nothing new but that which hath been before, how our brains beguiled, which labouring for invention bear amiss the second burthen of a former child. Oh, that records could with a backward look, even of 500 courses of the sun, show me your image in some antique book, since mine at first in character was done, that I might see that that was going so well for.
It was. You got past
sake.
some of the bits I stumbled on.
That I might see what the old world could say to this composite wonder of your frame.
Whether we are mended or whether better they, You stumble once, you just keep on going. Whether we are mended, or where better they, or whether revolution.
You poor.
I can't believe I got like halfway through and then just nothing.
And it all goes to pot at the end. Shakespeare wrote this one deliberately to have a go at you.
Or whether revolution be the same. How sure I am the wits of former days to subjects' words have given admiring praise.
Flawless reading of Sonnet 59 there by Thierry. That was Sonnet 59 of Shakespeare's sonnets, still firmly within the fair youth. I've been Mark Chasley, and you can follow me on Twitter at Nufkin.
And I've been Thierry Hillis, and you can follow me on Twitter at Sound of Seagulls.
And we've been doing the cool flattery thing online, so feel free to flatter us if you like. If you don't know what flatter is, go check it out at flatterwithnoe.com. And we shall see you next time for Sonnet 60.
Goodbye.
Bye. You've been listening to Shakespeare Sonnets with Mark Chasley and Thierry Hillis. This has been an In-Ear Entertainment podcast. To listen to other podcasts or find out more about In-Ear Entertainment, go to www.inearentertainment.com.